What's going on, guys? Welcome to Think About It Reviews, and we are reviewing Spy, Melissa McCarthy's new film, directed by Paul Feig. I want to say Feige. I think it's Feige. Whatever. You know what? I love Bridesmaids, but Paul, I'm gonna just say Paul. Paul, his last couple films, I forgot which other film I felt was lackluster, but The Heat, starring Melissa McCarthy and Sandra Bullock, wasn't that great in my opinion. I did not really enjoy that film. But can he change my mind in this film? We also have Jude Law, we have Jason Statham, Rose Byrne, and we know Rose Byrne could do comedy because Neighbors. Anybody? So let's get started. This is Melissa McCarthy's movie. She's intel, basically helping out Jude Law's spy, telling him where to go, where the bad guys are. And something happens where all the spies cover gets blown. So they're all blown. Like, they're trying to track this bomb, and they're trying to track Rose Byrne's character, but they can't use any other spies because they all, those people know every spy that's in that agency. So they use Melissa McCarthy, and Melissa McCarthy volunteers basically to become a spy in the field. And she is, credited. She has her, documents saying that she could do this. And then it's just comedy all throughout. Now, number one thing I always say, a comedy. I judge a comedy, I judge horror films like in the same way. If the comedy can make me laugh throughout the whole movie, it's a success. And did this make me laugh throughout the whole movie? Yes, it did. It actually did. It was really, I really enjoyed myself. I was really laughing at some of these parts, especially these two parts that made me just bust out laughing. The first one happens in the middle. I want you guys to guess which one I'm talking about. It happens towards, the second act, a little bit after the second act, like halfway through the second act. Let's just go there. I gotta say, this film felt really long as well, and I think it could have been edited down as two. And you know what? I could totally tell Melissa McCarthy's body doubles. Just saying. I'm just saying. Me and you, Melissa. Me and you. I need a body double. Or do I? Well, anyway. So, the one thing I had to say that was really great about this film was pretty much the chemistry. The chemistry between Melissa McCarthy and Rose Byrne. These two, when they were together, I want to see them in another film where they're two leads. They really work great together. The back and forth banter. Rose Byrne playing that cool, calm, collective, bitchy kind of mood comedy effect, throwing shit at Melissa McCarthy, and Melissa McCarthy throwing it right back at her. This is the same shit we've seen Melissa McCarthy do, but you know what's different? It feels different. That's what it does. It feels different. It feels like Melissa definitely put a little bit more effort into this film than her other films. I think this is one of her better films, but it's the same shtick. Maybe not in the very beginning, towards the middle and the end. But it's the same kind of Melissa McCarthy we've grown to love and seen. But I really think it just felt like she put a little bit more heart into this film. Jason Statham was great. He was actually one of the funny characters, a spy who's spy of all spies. He keeps constantly telling Melissa McCarthy she's gonna fuck up the mission, which was great. But sometimes Jason Statham's comedy was hit and miss. Sometimes his jokes worked, and then sometimes it didn't. Sometimes it was just kind of babble. There was a lot of moments where there was a lot of dialogue, and it kind of got a little bit boring. It felt like just filler dialogue, and it wasn't as funny as it should have been. But then it win you back over with a couple lines here and there by Melissa McCarthy or Rose Byrne. The supporting cast was great. You had some characters popping in and out. You had Jude Law, who he literally just wasn't in here that much. I thought Rose Byrne wasn't going to be in here that much, but she was. I thought the film looked great. I thought the soundtrack was okay. The action sequences were nicely done. Sometimes it got a little bit boring, and sometimes it was a lot cliche, but it worked in this film as long as the execution works, and it does work in this film. I gotta say, I did have a great time. I had a fun time. It was, it was funny, not constantly funny, not throughout, but, I would laugh, and then it'd get to kind of like a little boring part. You had that little, stretch where it wasn't as funny, but then it get you back on board, get you back on the ride. But honestly, it just, I really did enjoy it. I laughed. The ending could have been The ending was kind of, cheesy a little bit. I think I would have switched up the ending a little bit. It's cliche as hell. A lot of these things are cliche in this film. But overall, Spy is something I recommend. I think this was a good comedy. A lot of people in the theater, a lot of people laughing. I think you'll have a great time. A lot of kids, which is kind of crazy. I don't know if this was rated R, but there was a lot of rated R kind of moments in here. I'm pretty sure it's rated R. It's rated R. Yeah, it has to be rated R. So, great stuff. Let me know what you guys think if you saw the film. Did you guys really enjoy it? What do you think about Melissa McCarthy? So, can't wait to see the female Busters and what happens there. But overall, I do recommend this film, and that's all I got to say. So, like I always say, guys, grab a tick, grab a seat, make sure you got some good popcorn to eat. See you at the cinema. Really good time tonight.